I'm at the Military Women's Memorial, located at the ceremonial gateway to Arlington National Cemetery.
We are the only national memorial dedicated to telling the stories of America's servicewomen from all eras and all military services. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of those stories.
Charity Adams Earley was a teacher, activist, and community leader. During World War II, she became the highest-ranking Black woman in the United States Army. Earley joined the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps, or WAC, in August 1942. At Fort Des Moines, Iowa, she joined the first class of the WAC's Officer Candidate School and became the first Black female officer. Earley was promoted to major in 1943, and in late 1944, she was made the commanding officer of the 688th Central Postal Directory Battalion, the only unit of Black WACs to serve overseas during the war. The 688th was sent to Birmingham, England in February 1945 to sort through a 2-year backlog of mail that filled several airplane hangars to the ceiling. Some of the mail was addressed as simply as, "To Johnny, U.S. Army." Their task was immense. Earley divided the women into 3 shifts, which allowed them to work around the clock. During their assignment, a white general came to inspect the unit and demanded that all the women be summoned for inspection, but Earley refused, knowing that this would disrupt the workflow. The general told her that he would send a white lieutenant to replace her, to which she replied, "Over my dead body, sir." He threatened her with a court-martial, but he never followed through and remarked later that he had come to respect her. Earley stood up to other incidents of discrimination. She refused to allow the American Red Cross to provide her women with a hotel in London that was separate from white WACs. While the 688th endured racism within the Army, there were no Jim Crow laws in England and France, so the women experienced greater equality overseas. Following their motto, "No male, low morale," the 688th completed their 6-month assignment in just 3 months, processing an average of 65,000 pieces of mail per shift. After finishing their assignment early in Birmingham, they continued their work in Rouen and Paris in France. By the end of the war, the 688th had processed up to 17 million pieces of mail. Earley left the Army in 1946 as a lieutenant colonel, the highest possible rank for women in the WAC at that time, before restrictions on rank for women were lifted more than a decade later. She used her GI Bill to continue her education and settled in Dayton, Ohio, where she founded the Black Leadership Development Program, which to this day educates and trains African Americans to be leaders in their communities. In 2018, a monument honoring the 688th was dedicated at the Buffalo Soldier Memorial Park at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. In 2021, the U.S. Senate voted to award the 688th the Congressional Gold Medal, acknowledging their place in history for their service to the country. To learn more stories of women past and present who serve our nation, visit www.womensmemorial.org. Tune in for our next HERstory Spotlight.